Hey there lads and ladies, it is Petrifying Pumpkins here, and I am back with the next Firewall 101 video analysis as promised. So a few days ago we got two more videos in the Firewall 0 Hour 101 series, one focusing on attacking and the other focusing on defending, both about 2 minutes each. So we also got a post on the official PlayStation blog that revealed new details as well, which was a nice surprise. So even if you've already watched the videos, you may have missed out on that. So let's just jump right into the defending video first. So the first interesting thing in this video I'd like to mention is this map here, because I'm not 100% confident on which map it actually is. Now my first thought was that it's most likely the server room map, which is the same map we saw being played on the Japan livestream, but then I looked up a bit and noticed the window and the skylight and the roof. You can clearly see daylight coming in, and the server room map looks more like it takes place underground. So I think this is a different map. So my next thought was that it might be the container map, but that map takes place during the night. This is clearly daytime. None of the other maps really fit this scene here, so I'm going to go ahead and guess that this is the 9th and final map, but I could definitely be wrong, and if you think I am, then let me know in the comments below. So the next interesting part here takes place in a gym. Now it's another area that we haven't seen yet, not that I can remember anyway, but judging by what we can see outdoors, I think it might be part of the mansion map or maybe the hotel map. Again, if I'm wrong, tell me. So straight away we cut to another scene in this outdoor area here, but once again I'm not entirely sure which map this is. Maybe the container map, though it looks a bit too bright for that. I've said this a lot already, but let me know what you guys think of this scene in the comments below. So next up we have Damon Shabasteri, and he talks to us about when he is defending, he likes a more trap focused loadout, and while he's saying that, we see how he can plant various traps in various places. I particularly like the trap that he places at the back of this little side table thing here in what looks like the hotel map. Now it will be very hard to spot that, and VR makes it easy to be a bit more creative with your hiding spots because you can be more physical. You can actually twist your arms to get the mine planted just right. So I love this kill here because we see that yes, there is ragdoll, which I love. Now I hate when models just have these pre-baked death animations, so I'm happy to see that that won't be the case in Firewall. It's interesting to note though that explosion killed the enemy straight away. He didn't go into a down state, so there could be a few explanations for that. It could be that he was the last player left alive in his team and so instantly died because nobody could revive him, or it could be that some types of injuries are just instantly fatal, like explosions or headshots. Now another possibility is that maybe it's from a single player training mission where the rules may not apply. What do you guys think? Next we finally see what a door blocker looks like in action and what it does. So we can see that we place it in the same way we would place a mine or C4. You aim it on a door, and if the icon turns green, then you can plant it there. So Damon tells us that once a door blocker is in place, the only way to get rid of it is to either use a C4 charge to destroy the entire door or to tear it down. Now I'm not exactly sure what he means by tearing it down. It could be that we actually have to go up to it and then physically hold down the X button to remove it, or maybe we just have to damage it by shooting it or blowing it up or something like that. So Damon says that getting rid of a door blocker will create a lot of noise, so they also act as kind of like a warning system, allowing you to anticipate enemies from that particular doorway. So it's cool to see the door blockers in action. I think they add quite a nice bit of tactical depth for the defending team. Next we have Joshua here, and he goes on to talk about how he likes to defend and says that smoke grenades are really intense in VR because you don't know if maybe 1 or 2 or even 3 enemies are in the smoke. So that's one of those things that seems obvious and kind of standard, but in VR it's a different experience. One of my favorite memories of Resident Evil 7, for example, is when you make it to the boat section and you're going through these corridors and there's like lights flashing and smoke swirling in the hallway in front of you. I wouldn't have noticed that if I played it on a flat screen, but in VR, well, I mean, I'm still talking about it right now, so it's definitely had a big impact, and all it was a bit of smoke. So I absolutely believe Joshua when he says that. So the last cool thing to point out in this trailer is this here at the end. So check out this one-handed shotgun use. That's pretty badass. And with that, let's jump over to the attacking trailer. So the first thing worth pointing out in this trailer is that we see the Middle Eastern Streets map in action. Now we've seen a lot of screenshots of this map, but I think this might be the first time we've seen it in the flesh, as it were. Later we see this area here, which I think is from the same map, but it's a more open part of the map and it looks really nice. I think this part here is my favorite piece of gameplay we've seen so far, even though it's so simple. I mean, it really shows off the range of motion and freedom of movement you have when you're using VR and a motion controller. I love the way he just realistically aims his gun over the banister of the stairs. Now if this was a flat game, you'd have to hope you could aim through the banisters to shoot an enemy downstairs like that, because at some point the banister would prevent you from aiming freely. Here you can lean over the edge and fire straight down. You could even blind fire straight down if you want. And I think that this moment in the trailer may have come closest to effectively conveying what VR is capable of in a 2D video on YouTube, and that's not an easy thing to do, even though it's very short and very easy to miss if you're not paying any attention. So here we get another look at that potentially new map. There is a tank on the map, so it looks like it's some kind of military building. Now I'm not sure what's the name of a building that tanks are stored in, so let's just call it the tank hangar for now, even though that's probably not the technical term. We get another look at this Middle Eastern streets map with this lovely shootout here on the bridge. This next part here I want to talk about is interesting, and similar to the mine kill we talked about in the defending video, we see an instant kill, no down stays. Could it be that this is because there was a headshot, or could it be that those other reasons we already talked about, like maybe he was the last one left in his team? What do you guys think? So we see the tank hangar map again while the player shoots his rifle sideways because he's an absolute gangster. This results in the enemy dying, and again no down stays, but the gameplay doesn't cut away this time. We see the player reload his gun, turn around, and then he nails this other guy with a headshot, killing him immediately. So with this clip, it seems we can rule out the theory that they were only instantly dying, aka no down stays, because they were the last ones left alive on their team. Now it could still be something like a single player training mission, but it does look like headshots, and maybe explosions too, are instant kills. No revives. So what does that mean for us? Well, that's quite terrifying actually, because it means one bullet could end your game. The tension will be real. It also means you'll be rewarded for being a good shot, so I actually kind of like the idea of it. Maybe you guys don't though, so let me know what you think down below. And that's it for the two videos, but we have some more information to go through in the form of a blog post that went up to coincide with the release of these two vids. This blog post was written by Damon Shabastari, and one of the first things he says is, and I will quote, "Today we unveil the second half of our Firewall 0 Hour 101 video series." So that is confirmation there that there will be no more Firewall 101 videos. That's it until launch. I kind of wish they spaced the 4 videos out, maybe one per week, to make the wait a little easier, but whatever, we're just a couple of weeks away now, so I won't complain too much. So if we go down a little bit further, we see that he lists some new information on operators that we did not know before. So first he confirms that the Chinese operative is called Fang, and that he has the light speed skill that allows him to reload faster. So we heard about the light speed skill before in the Japan stream, but we didn't know who it belonged to. Now we do, so that's cool. He tells us about Red too, but we know about him from previous videos, so we'll just skip over to Nala. Now she must be the Central African operative I spoke about in my 21 things to know about Firewall video, and he confirms that her skill is called Ghost, a brand new skill reveal. This lets her walk past enemy mines without setting them off, which makes her a smart pick for the attacking team. We also see that you have to be level 20 to unlock Nala, so we can assume that Fang and Red are playable immediately, as he never mentioned a level requirement for those two. Next we find out that door blockers aren't unlocked until level 42, before he talks about something called a signal modifier. Now in the last video we heard about signal jammers. Now I'm not too sure if the jammer and modifier are the same thing, or if they're two different items that involve signals. I think they're probably the same thing, but either way he tells us a bit about this signal modifier. First he tells us you unlock it at level 21 before telling us what it actually does. So apparently if you place this item near the laptop, the attackers will be unable to hack the laptop until they dismantle this modifier. So that's a fairly cool idea. If we can get creative with our hiding spots, it could be a very useful piece of gear to bring with you on the defending team. On the flip side, it could be a very stressful as an attacker trying to find this modifier before the time runs out or the enemy team stops stops you. So it raises the question of how close do you need to be to the laptop in order for it to work, but still it sounds fun. Next we learn even more about some operators. First we learn that the Angolian operative Okoro's skill is called Heavy Duty. This allows him to take reduced damage from explosives. Next, the Afghan operative, who we now know is called Raha, has an ability called Scout. Scout lets Raha detect enemies more easily, both on her minimap as well as audibly, which is fairly interesting, because it makes me wonder how well can she hear the Japanese operative with the ninja skill. Maybe they cancel each other out. He briefly talks about Texas, whom we already know about, except for the fact that she unlocks at level 10. Of course she will unlock instantly if you pre-order the game, but if you don't, it sounds like level 10 will be fairly quick to reach, so you won't be long without her. In saying that, it also seems likely that both Okoro and Raha will be available immediately. So next we kind of get a bit of a bombshell here when he talks about skills. So all this time I thought that each operative had two unique skills, one unlocked straight away and one that must be unlocked through progression. It seems, however, I was wrong. The way it actually is that each operator has an embedded skill and a customizable skill. That means that you can add to your operative a skill of your choice, allowing you to customize their abilities to your liking. The example he gives is that you can add Quick Fix to whoever you want. So Quick Fix lets you revive teammates faster and is unlocked at level 38. But we've seen Quick Fix before, back in the Japan livestream when the German operative Grim had it equipped. And this kind of raises a lot of questions for me. It makes me wonder, was Grim equipped with Quick Fix as a customizable skill, or was that his embedded skill? Is it possible that embedded skills can be applied to other operatives? For example, could I put Ninja on Texas, or is Ninja locked to Mako only? Because in that Japanese livestream the players were level 1, so they wouldn't have unlocked Quick Fix yet, but it is possible that it was unlocked specifically for that demo, so I can't really say for sure. But this has given me a lot to think about. I don't know, what do you guys think? I would love to know. And then right at the end, Damon tells us the importance of teamwork, and he gives us a little example of what he did when he was playing as a defender. They decided that a couple of them would equip signal modifiers in their loadouts and plant them both near the laptop. Then they would defend the signal modifiers instead of the actual laptop, which sounds like a super clever, slash sneaky thing to do. I like that a lot. He ends by saying there will be more Firewall content drops over the next few weeks. And so that's that. There was a lot of new information here, a lot of it very interesting, I think. I mean, I was really surprised by the whole customizable skill thing, and the signal modifier and door blocker sound cool. It was also nice to learn more about some operatives and see that potential 9th map in action. And with that, lads and ladies, I will end this video finally. Thank you very much for watching, I appreciate it, and if you'd like to help me out, then please consider doing the usual shies on the screen. Make sure you hit up that comment section to let me know what you thought, and for God's sake, join the official Firewall community on PSN. It was only 40 members strong when I joined a few weeks ago. Now it's over 120. It's grown really fast, and I keep seeing people commenting here and on Reddit, worrying about finding a squad to play with. Just join that community, drop a comment, make some friends, get ready, because we actually don't have a lot of time. There's only 2 weeks left really, and a couple of days. So stay moist, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.